Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? And screen is visible. If you have find any issues, please report in the chat box. And okay, so we have covered the third unit until the last session. Now we will start with the unit 4. Let us open the syllabus first so that we can get the idea what is there inside the unit 4. Is syllabus visible to everyone? Syllabus is visible. Okay. So in the fourth unit, we'll cover the frequent item set and the clustering. In frequent item set and clustering, we'll cover the mining frequent item sets. Means, suppose we have a data set and there are some items or elements which are repeating themselves. So what are the frequency of those repeated elements and how to find out the repeated element and the correlation between them. Second topic is market-based modeling. So, as we are all aware about the market, so when we go for the shopping, whether it is a online shopping or it is a offline shopping, we'll follow the based modeling, which means when we buy some product, we are having a desire to buy more product. So we'll find out the what are the correlation between buying behavior of the consumer. Then we go for the Perry algorithm and we'll discuss what is it used for, what are the advantages of a Perry algorithm and what are the disadvantages. We'll discuss about the handling the large data set in a maze memory. So there are certain algorithms which is responsible for handling the large data set in a maze memory because there is a restriction on memory and the computing power we have as our own end. Uh, and the other end data stream is a quite large and it is a continuous stream of information being generated from different sources. So handling such large amount of data on a same system or on a one or two system is not feasible. So we have to make sure that how can we handle the large data set in a in memory. Then we'll discuss about the limited pass algorithm. This is an algorithm is designed to find out that how many passes are required to process certain data stream. So a limited pass algorithm typically takes one or two passes of data stream to process the required information. And then we'll discuss about counting frequent items set in a stream, different clustering techniques, hierarchical clustering technique, k-means, clustering high dimensional data, click and procluse. These are the approaches we'll discuss. Then frequent pattern based clustering method and the clustering in non-Euclidean space, clustering for stream and parallelism. So these are the topics we are going to cover in this unit 4. So let us start with the unit 4. So first thing in the frequent item set comes into the mind. What are the frequent item set? So suppose when you go to any shopping store, whether it is online or offline, and you buy a certain product. For example, if you buy mobile phone from an e-commerce website, so what are the other items that they are intended to buy after placing the order of mobile? Please write your response in the chat box. When you buy a mobile phone, what are the other items that are intended to buy after placing the order? Or you can unmute yourself. at least one or two response. When we go, we buy a mobile phone, what are the other items that we are intended to buy? Another example can be when you go to buy milk from a shopping store, what are the other items we'll buy with the milk? So there are some responses coming in the chat box. So we'll buy the mobile phone. IC has responses. We'll buy the earphone and charger. And Yeti has also responses the same response. So there are few responses from your side. We say that when we'll buy the mobile phone, we'll buy the earphone and the charger. Okay. Now, okay, and there are one more response, accessories. Now, what are the possibility that when a customer is buying a mobile phone, he will certainly buy the earphone or the charger. And other thing, when a customer is buying two items, what is the other possibility that he will buy the third item? So, for example, suppose a customer is buying mobile phone and earphone, then what are the other element or item he can or she can buy from the store? So when we'll discuss about the frequent item set, we'll discuss about these things. What are the correlation between the different item buying pattern? Why, how the customer is intend to buy the other item if he's buying a certain item, and what are the possibilities or probability of buying the next item. Now, so mining a frequent item set, that is the first topic from the unit 4. So yeah, I have list down some problem to you so that we can discuss on these problems. So you'll get a better idea what we are going to deal with and what are the different solutions possible for it. So first problem is find sets of products that are frequently bought together. Means when we are having a data set, then we have to find out what are the different set of products that frequently bought together. So how can we find out that? How can we find out that if there are a list of products which will be sold by the data set, then how can you calculate the frequently bought item together? Any idea? Any idea? How can we count the frequent bought item set? You can use the chat box and response. So, are you able to view the whiteboard? You can find the link in the chat box. So, it is editable. You can also use this whiteboard if you want. So, my question is, let me copy the question. So, this is our question. Find sets of products that are frequently bought together when we buy the together. So let us write down the some product. Suppose we are buying the milk, bread, then we are buying the milk, chocolate. Uh, if there is any spelling mistake, please ignore that. Then if we are buying the milk, bread, and butter, or we are buying milk, butter, or we are buying milk, bread, jam. Sorry, one moment. So there, here you can find out a list of items. Is it visible to everyone, guys? Is this visible? Jamboard. Okay, okay, okay. Quite good. Okay. So if I want to find the set of products that are frequently bought together, so how can you find out it? Any idea? You can also use the jam. It is editable. So if you are able to access it, please, you can please access it and write down the answer. Or you can use the chat box to give your response or unmute the your mic and respond. Please go ahead. Okay. Milk, bread, butter. So guys, let me do the thing. There are certain items. Let me categorize those items: milk, bread, butter, chocolate, then jam. So these are the items which is being bought by the customer. So I think these are the items which is creating this item set. So if I will count the milk, then milk has been bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. If I will count the uh, bread, then bread has been bought how many times? Bread, what is the frequency of bread? It has been bought 1 and 2 times. If I will count the butter, it has been bought 2 times. If I will count the chocolate, it has been bought 1 time. And if I will count the jam, it has been bought 1 time. Next data set you can create. Let me. Okay. So next item set you can create milk, bread, milk, chocolate, sorry for the spelling error, milk, chocolate, milk, jam, milk, and bread. Bread हो गया, milk and butter, bread, butter, and so on. So you can create the two item set, and you can also create the triplet by using the 3 item set. So let me create milk, bread, butter, milk, bread, jam, and so on. So if I will count the frequency of these items which has been bought together. Okay. So what are the frequency of milk and bread? Milk and bread bought 3 times. Milk and chocolate has been bought 1 time. Milk and jam has been bought 1 time. Milk and butter has been bought 2 times. Bread and butter has been bought 1 time. And if I will count the milk and bread butter, that will be bought 1 time, and this is also 1 time. So based on this occurrence of these item set inside the given data set, then you can find out that what is the maximum occurrence of the item. If you'll count the single item, that is of no use, because we are trying to find out set of product. We are not trying to find out a single product. We are trying to find out the set of product. So you can find out that milk and butter has a more item that milk and butter is a set of products that are more bought frequently compared to other items. So based on this analysis, you can find out that the offline store or the e-commerce store can find out this sequence and trying to place the item based on their frequency of occurrence. Okay. Now we'll take the second problem. Improve arrangement of product in cells on a catalog pages extra. So by if you have the idea about frequency of the item that has been bought together, then you can make the arrangement of the product. So guys, if you have visited an offline store in a nearby location, then you find out that there are certain guys who are working to arrange the product on the shelf. Okay, so what are their strategies? What are their strategies? How they are able to find out that how to arrange those products? So there can be multiple possibilities. If you want to share in the, you can use the chat box and please give your idea. If you want to if you want to have this task to improve the arrangement of product in the cells, then how can you do that? There are 19 students presented in the session. Please at least response from those students who have not responded in the most of session. Please do that. Otherwise, uh, I will not consider their attendance. Okay. IC has responsive. Similar product placed together are frequently bought items together. Okay, that is one good. That is the one thing we can do. We can place the milk and bread and butter at one place so that when a customer is buying a milk, he is certainly to buy the bread. Okay. Please, I am expecting more responses. Only one response from your side, please. Shrey, Vineet, please response. Kavita, please response. Apur, I'm expecting response from all of you guys. At least one response. Yati has responses. What is the response of Yati? Let me copy and post. So Yati has responses. Temperature-wide distribution like refrigerator product or normal product. Okay, that is a response from Rajsekhar. And Yati has responses. Same type product together are same. We can arrange them according to their size. Okay. Same cost product can arrange together. Okay, guys, you are giving a good idea. Okay, Raj, can you explain how the temperature-wise distribution will improve the arrangement of product? I'm also interested in the response of Yati. Yati has responses. Let me copy on the Jamboard. Yati has responses. This one. Same type product together are same. We can arrange them according to their size. So how this is profitable for the business based on their size. Didi? Okay, Yadi, you can respond in the chat box. Meanwhile, we'll continue with the session. Okay. Another problem can be suggestion of other product bundling. If a customer buys a bread and wine, then she probably buy the cheese. Fraud detection, false localization. So if you want to discuss about the fraud detection, So when you are detecting something fraud, you are finding out some pattern. So if suppose there is a certain kind of pattern, they are if the person is executing those patterns, then you can detect that there are certain fraud. So it is also possible that there are correlation between the pattern. So if certain pattern is executed, then they will tend to uh, make that there will be a fraud. Same thing for fault localization. You can whatever the fault inside the network or in your manufacturing plant, you can use the mining frequent item set to make it localized. Okay. Now I will proceed further. So I think now it is clear why we are what we are going to study in for this in a mining frequent item set. So we have suppose we have a given data set, so we'll apply some approach to find out the common occurrence of the item set so that we can improve the overall process of arranging a recommendation to the users. Okay, Yati has responses. Let me copy the response. One moment. So the response from Yati is like all those packet of milk which are of 1 liter, 2 liter are placed together. Okay, okay, that can be one idea. Okay, thank you, Adi. Nice, good. So let us proceed further. Finding frequent patterns, that is our concern, association, correlation, or casual structures among set of items or objects in transaction databases, relational databases, and other information repositories. So when we are trying to finding the frequent item set, we are dealing with databases. So it can be transaction databases or relational databases or any other information repositories, not only restricted to the databases. So other repositories such as your data lake also, where we are storing our data stream. Okay. Now, what we are trying to find here, we are trying to find out the frequent patterns. So we have seen an example how to find out the frequent pattern. And then we will apply the association rules on those item set to find out the different relationship between them. Then we'll try to find out the correlation and so on. Frequent patterns are patterns which appear frequently within a data set. I think it is clear to everyone. A frequent item set is one which is made of one of these patterns. So, what is the output of frequent pattern? That will be a frequent item set. Now, in frequent mining, usually the interesting association and correlation between item set in transactional and relational databases are found. So we'll see what are these correlation in upcoming session and how can we apply those correlation to find out the pattern within the transactional and relational databases. Frequent mining shows which item appear together in a transactional or relation. Association mining shows frequent item searches for the frequent item in the dataset. Now we'll see this example. Frequent mining is generation of association rule from a transactional dataset. So, for example, if I have X and Y, and if a customer is purchasing X and Y, then it is also possible that he will purchase the certain more item. So it can really the profitable for the businesses to find out that pattern, frequent pattern of occurrence of these item X and Y. Another key thing can be done by the seller is providing some discount offer. So suppose if you are buying the milk and bread, so based on our pattern, seller can offer some discount on the butter as well as on the jam as well as on the chocolate to find out that if customer is slightly interested about those items, so based on the discounted offer, he or she will tend to buy those items. So it can discount policy can also be profitable for the business. So, but before applying the discount, we must know what are the frequent items and pattern. For example, it is likely to find that if a customer buy milk and bread, she also buy butter. So we can discount the butter. So association rule says milk and bread tends to butter. So seller can suggest the customer to buy butter if she buy milk and bread. Now, so guys, I have taken this expert from the this medium.com. Please go through with it and please provide your review. Then we'll discuss it about it. Take the time of at least 1 minute to go through with this paragraph. Okay, so I think you have gone through the paragraph. So anyone can express their view. What you are getting from this paragraph? Anyone? At least one response. Okay. So if you'll go through the paragraph, you'll find out certain terms. One is a market basket analysis, then identifying association or patterns. Then you will find out the support and confidence measure, and then cross marketing and customer behavior analysis. So when we are dealing with finding the frequent item set, we are also dealing with customer behavior analysis. So that can be one of the topic for making a project, because most of the businesses analyzes their customer behavior. So based on the behavior, they can sell them the more product. So if you find out that if a customer is always interested in buying the sugar items or a sweet item, then company or shop can offer him a more item which contains the sweet or which contains the sugar. So that is a one way to analyze the customer behavior. Another way can be some customer more trying to are more searching about the product and item. They are more interested the quality and content of the product. And some customer are only refer some brands, and they only see the brand name and they will buy the product based on that. So these are another way to analyze the customer behavior. We'll see what is the support and confidence, how it is important for frequent mining the frequent item set, and so on. Now, let us move further. So, frequent items in mining is a method of market basket analysis. So, what is a market basket analysis? We'll see further. Basically, it is representing the finding out the item set as per the customer request, demand, behavior, and so on. And the whole idea of this item set is to make that the company can generate more revenue and so on. Finding regularities in the shopping behavior of customer of supermarket, mail order companies, or online shops, etc. Now, for a market basket model, I have taken the paragraph from this research article, and the link is provided below. You can refer the whole article if you want, if you require, if you want to. Just go through this paragraph and trying to find out what is written in this paragraph. Okay, so I will just take 1 or 2 minute time and what is your view about this market basket model. Okay, so that's all for the today's session, and now we'll go for the question and doubt session. Thank you for joining the session.